Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just making this video. Been making a lot of videos lately. Just haven't put them up, haven't posted them. I've hit a wall. Started making these, I guess you call them Let's Plays or something, with commentary. Started making them about a year and a half ago. Started off innocent. Just small talk about what I did throughout the day. Slowly but surely, it created a monster. And the monster is me. Saying more and more outrageous things. Under the guise of thinking I was being authentic. But I just came to a realization it's the total opposite of authentic. When you watch your own video and you look and cringe, and you wake up in the morning and you realize you didn't post the video and you have a sigh of relief, that's not being authentic. I basically turn into a very subversive. It tells you to go left instead of right. I just think it's confusing on purpose. It's like I turn into like some kind of class clown, just looking for laughs. But neglecting my education, neglecting my growth, just for the simple dopamine rush of getting a laugh. And just kept pushing the boundaries more and more. Not saying things that I truly believe. Just being an ass. I can't do it anymore. YouTube caught on to it. Because this channel is basically dead. Not getting any views on new videos. So in the words of Kyle Whalen, what's the point? I don't know if I'm done. I don't know if I'm burnt out. I don't know if it's like I know I wasn't being who I am, but at the same time, that doesn't mean I know who I am. Maybe I have no personality at all. I think that's what I am starting to realize. I have no opinion at all. Guess you could call me an empty shell. But I'm just sick of embarrassing myself on the internet. Even how little views I get. Still, there's somebody who watched it and somebody who was hurt by the things I said. I want to put that message out into the world. It's like feeling like you have to be on all the time and being careless in the things you say. It's like this guy I saw. He was only working there for one day, an older gentleman working the counter at CVS, and he's just trying to make every customer laugh and just be a comedian. Yeah, obviously, he's a pharmacist or something, and he has no comedic credentials. And he was just being so careless in the things he said that he said something really stupid, and I guarantee you got fired for it. He got something, I don't know, I don't even know where this came from, but he said something like, can I get my hands on some breast milk? And then there was like silence in the room, and like I could tell by the look on his face, he knew he fucked up. I wanted to even turn him in, but I knew that I didn't even have to turn him in because he's fucked. Never saw him again. And I did. You can get your YouTube channel taken away for less and less things as the years go by. Used to be a lot more freedom of what you could say and post on this platform. But they'll ban you in a heartbeat these days. So I guess I do have someone to answer to. YouTube. I feel like I haven't done anything to get me kicked off of YouTube because I stay within the parameters of that. I don't harass people or target people or, I know the community guidelines, and I stay within the community guidelines. I've totally isolated myself and have absolutely no friends. Never get any hugs. Never get a smile or a social interaction. So I've completely cut that out of my life. So I don't have that to answer to. I thought I put myself in a position where I had nothing to lose. But there is someone I have to answer to, is Jesus. And I don't want to die and go to heaven and have Jesus say, why did you say all that stupid shit on YouTube? That's not who you are. That's not you. Why did you do that? I know why you did it, because you're trying to be the class clown. You're the class clown in school when you should have been making good grades. You were one of the smartest kids in your class, but you had to be the class clown. Everyone knows a clown is just crying inside. And I don't know. It started off as a fun thing. It started off as a liberating thing. But it turned into something like really toxic. I hate the person I started to become. The stupid shit I said. It's just not me. It's like, I don't know, when you say really outrageous, offensive shit just for the sake of being outrageous and offensive, there's like a deception to it where you feel like, oh, I've finally liberated myself, and I finally have the guts to say what I want to say. But if you're just being offensive for the sake of being offensive, it's not saying what you want to say. It's saying something for the cheap thrill, quick dopamine hit of like the rush and the excitement of doing something wrong. It's just not who I am. I'm a nice guy. And I mean, a lot of the times it's just, it's like the guy with the breast milk thing. It's saying something that's a mistake. Like, for instance, tonight, I was at my mom's house, and she was talking about how bad of a kid I was and everything like that. And I was talking about how my cat, or she's talking about how I was like in second grade or third grade, and I talked her out. I made such a fuss about her buying a nice new house with her and my dad because I didn't like change and didn't want to move out of my house. I had an OCD thought that if we moved out of the house, that all my pets would die. That I actually managed through my own, just being a little kid, complaining so much and being so ill-behaved or just causing so many problems, just wanting to move into a new house, literally in the same neighborhood, that I actually was able to stop them from moving into a new house. And I was just like, well, I guess I'm I was the kid equivalent of my cat Shredder. He's just a little cat, but he controls your life and ruins your life, and he'll rape you. Because my cat's a rapist. He systematically does a little dance, does a little ritual where he'll come up and he'll start humping me with his little cat penis. It's disgusting. And I was just trying to make a joke, but I realized I'm here alone at night with my mom in her house. She's vulnerable. Does my mom think I'm going to rape her now? My mom's a radical feminist lesbian. She doesn't trust any men, including me. She's called the cops on me several times. When I was younger, I haven't done anything cop-worthy in the past few years, but I just realized, if you are careless with the things you say, you could even have your own mother thinking you're going to rape her. And I don't know how many women watch my videos, but I mean, even through the protection of the internet, I said enough things to make women feel unsafe. And that's not me. I'm a shy, quiet guy, and I really respect women and look up to them. I like women a lot more than I like men. I swear to God. I mean, I feel a sense of rejection that I haven't had a girlfriend in over 10 years. And but it's not women's fault that I'm unattractive and I don't have a job and I'm lazy and I have a bad personality. That doesn't, just because I feel rejected by women, it's not women's fault, and it doesn't change the way I feel about women. But I've said a lot of really disrespectful things about women on this channel, especially lately. And just, I've hit a wall. I've really hit a wall. And the joke's over. It's gone on for too long. I was in a band called John Madden and Electric Condoms. We were purposely offensive as well. It was my band when I was 18, 19 years old. And we had a song called We Got Raped by the Beach Boys. It's funny at first. It's funny in my small town of Brandon, Florida. To all us suburban kids and rednecks. But once I played in the city of Tampa at a place called Kid's Skate Shop, I had a guy come up to me, and he was like, "You know that song? You shouldn't joke about rape and sing songs about rape. Make people feel unsafe." And I'd never even thought of it before. That never even came to mind. I was just a kid, and I just said the things I wanted to say, and I didn't even write that song. The only songs I wrote from John Madden that I can think of are P-Boner, some lyrics to Mullet Hunt, Rat Tail. I didn't really write a lot of the songs. I was more of the Michael Jackson. This is the front man of the Jackson 5, the young phenom. And now here I am comparing myself to Michael Jackson. I'm not that bad. I'm no Michael Jackson. I'm not that good either, talent-wise. But you get the point. I was just being a puppet, and then I did start writing my own songs, and they were authentic, and they were me, and they weren't. I didn't achieve as much adoration or success from being authentic and making my own songs. It was a lot more gratifying than singing songs I didn't write. And the embarrassment of this whole class clown state of mind, being offensive for being offensive. And all that matters to me is being authentic. And that's just not authentic. Alright, this game made a video of playing a bunch of Switch demos, because there's over 800 demos on the Switch. I didn't even know that. You can only access them through the Switch Store app, not the Switch app on the iPhone, the Switch Store app. You can find them all on there. It's hard to find them just looking in the Nintendo Switch Store on the Switch itself. You gotta go in that Switch Store app to find them all. And it was a great game, but I was like, well, this is obviously gimped by the Switch. So I knew it was on sale on PS5, but I've been buying too much shit lately. So I knew it was on PlayStation Plus Premium. So it was like $3 to upgrade to PlayStation Plus Premium for the rest of the month. So I just upgraded to PlayStation Plus Premium for the rest of the month. It's actually only $17 for PlayStation Plus Premium, as opposed to $9 for, or $9.99 for PlayStation Plus Essential. So I think I might even just stick with PlayStation Plus Premium to satiate my buying, my overconsumption. Because I gotta stop buying shit. I'm playing this for free. It's not even the demo, it's the real game. The demo didn't have this cool intro either. I'm excited to see. What this full game, and on the PS5, how this game turned out, because it has a bad reputation of being the Contra with the panda. But I was playing it last night and it was actually pretty cool. I liked Operation Galaga, but it's just Contra with a new coat of paint. It's Contra 1. It's nothing new. They played it safe, and I think because this game was such a failure, the panda and everything, they decided to just play it safe with the next Contra. It had a high acclaim. Maybe in the demo, at least, I never saw the panda once. I think the panda is like an unlockable character.
You okay, Kaiser?
Yeah, the landing was fine, but my gun's not.
Maybe your weapon control system's down. Just wait for it to restart. We're on the clock, so check your...
But it's kind of a twin stick shooter. You do use the two joysticks. Oh yeah, this looks way better than the Switch. You use the two joysticks, but you shoot with the trigger button, so it's not a true twin stick shooter, but it's close enough. I mean, you aim and you move around with the twin sticks, so I guess it could be considered a twin stick shooter. It's good though. It's edgy. It says the F word. Has some blood and gore.
Cap, the path's blocked. Which way should I go?
There's a way on the other side of that wall. Jump over it.
Yeah, I think I'm getting back into the PS5. I have to, because the new Resident Evil's coming out soon, and Resident Evil is always a visual showcase. And the Switch 2 version, I mean, I heard it is impressive. It runs at 60 frames per second, and has the HDR, has the quality, the best the Switch 2 can do. The Switch 2 is still a portable system with the graphical capability of basically a PS4 Pro, which, you know, PS4 Pro is almost as good as the PS5. But from what I'm seeing of the games coming out in 2026, I think they've finally ironed out the kinks of the PS5 and figured out what they can do with the graphics. They're finally at that stage. I mean, and it's about time. The PS5 has been out for over 5 years now. And these new games coming out, some look extraordinary. I think there's this one called Divinity, I think it's called, that's coming out. The game looks fucking sick. Can't wait to play that game. I don't even know what it's all about. It seems pretty dark-sided, and like has some guy. It's almost like Jesus imagery, but he's burned alive inside of a giant burning man, or wicker man, or whatever you want to call it. And then he unleashes some kind of darkness in the village. It was pretty crazy. I just saw the preview for that. But the new Resident Evil, they have outdone themselves with how bloody it is. It is so bloody. I mean, it's a Japanese game, so it isn't really as gory as a over-the-top violent game. Western United States developed game would be. But the amount of blood in this game, it's going to be known as the bloody Resident Evil. And if a game comes out that has that much blood, I'm just going to have to play it on the PlayStation 5, because I'm just going to be sitting there wondering the whole entire time, what does this look like on the PS5 if I get it on the Switch too? And when I think of Resident Evil, I think of PlayStation. That's where I first saw it, Resident Evil 1. I know it came out on the Saturn, and there's a Resident Evil 1 remake on the GameCube, but Resident Evil is, to me, a PlayStation game. So if I'm playing a new Resident Evil, I mean, it's exciting that it's coming out. See, it says fucker. I know it's exciting that it's coming out on the Switch 2, and the Switch 2 is capable of playing a AAA title. But you just got to think of the Switch 2 as a handheld, and it's very impressive for a handheld. But it's a handheld nonetheless. And it's time for me to get reacquainted with my PlayStation 5. All I'm playing tonight are PlayStation 5 games. I'm happy to be a member of PlayStation Plus Premium once again.
How about this drum barrel?
But yeah, I gotta stop buying shit. When my TV broke, it kind of sent me on a downward spiral, because I resurrected my my TV on my 3D Blu-rays. And so I just started buying 3D Blu-ray after 3D Blu-ray after 3D Blu-ray, just like a mad tear of 3D Blu-rays. I went into a spiral. I also set back up the PS4. I kind of bought too many PS4 shits. I bought House of the Dead remake, and I was very happy to see it worked with the Pro Controller enough to get House of the Dead remake 2. But it didn't end up working with the Pro Controller. And the other day I bought the PlayStation AIM VR gun, so I could play House of the Dead 2. That's the only reason I bought it. So I spent $30 just so I could play House of the Dead Remake 2, just for that one reason. But I guess I have like Doom VR, And I actually have a lot of VR games I think that are compatible with the VR gun. So, I mean, $30. It's refurbished. It comes with the original box. It's guaranteed to work for a year. I felt at the time I had to get it. But isn't that always? That's always the story of like a shopping addiction. It's like, oh, it's on sale. It's a once in a lifetime thing. I have to get it. This is different than the demo. The demo had those like bloody looking guys that I was killing earlier. They like flew across the screen, ended the screen like turtles in time, and it was a really cool effect. I didn't see that happen in this. But this is a good game. So stupid, the state of video games, that something like a panda can make someone completely write off a game. That there's a panda, you can play as a panda in this game. And then, so this game gets a reputation of being horrible. But it's a good game. The Contra games on the PlayStation, those are horrible. Like, those are god awful. But this is cool. I don't really know of any twin stick style Contras. There's a Contra theme playing in the background with a techno remix. Pretty good. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I wonder how much space I have left on my 2 terabyte Samsung SSD with heatsink I installed into my PS5. Probably running out of room now. I got so many games on this fucking thing. I just downloaded a whole bunch of games from the PlayStation Plus. I still got plenty of room on my Switch 2 with my 250 gigabyte micro SD Express. The Switch 2 games are much smaller. And Switch 1, I guess. Yeah, I had a fun time making that Switch demo. Video, but I posted it last night and then I woke up this morning and I looked at it and I was like, God, I hope no one watched that, and thank God no one did. Not a single person watched it, so I made it private right away, and I don't know. I just said stupid shit trying to be outrageous, and it made me hate who I am. That's not being authentic. It's a very deceptive thought that if you think that just being outrageous for the sake of being outrageous, you're being like authentic and like brave and stuff, it's just not true. You just getting kicks from doing something wrong. It's the feeling of excitement. It's evil. It's the devil. I'm very susceptible to the devil. I think I'm easily possessed by the devil. I think I am. And that's not me. That's the devil in me. And I made videos in 2016, 2017, where I think I kind of was possessed by the devil in a way,
That's done.
or maybe some demonic spirit or something like that. And
Our priority is to save the hostage, so try not to kill him like our
I
last
had all those
mistake.
privatized, but I made them public
Yeah,
again.
10-4 and all that.
But that was coming back to bite me in the ass, because no one watched them
Maggots start the party without me.
except for one random one.
This is Kaiser. He led an elite team of Contras during the war. Now,
That
he leads us. See that drill he's got instead of a hand? He's
it scared me that someone watched that,
You're late, Kaiser. And you're a fucking
and
dick,
it had me thinking
Your input was not requested.
there's someone watching me
This is Miss Harakiri and her alien gut bucket. They survived by
that
merging
knows
together
too
during the
much.
Vietnam Wars. That sword plunged into his mouth is the only
Or maybe
way that
YouTube
asshole
knows
can
too
possess her
much,
body.
or
When she does pull it out, her power scale goes through the roof.
there's something going on that I can't put my finger on,
He was used in an experimental
but it's
program
something
on
that I don't want
but he somehow stayed
up
the
to be a
sweetest buddy
part
you'll
of.
ever meet. He'll blow your brains halfway across the room, but in the politest way possible.
There's a panda, holy shit.
I love him so much. HB is actually a cyborg.
That's a sign. That's a sign from the heavens
But he still eats
that I am right with this. As soon as I bring this up, you know, there's something
And then there's me.
there's something going
You
on
can call me Arrow Captain when we're working. My
with
parents
someone
died
watching this, or
left
the
me
powers
no
that be
money.
watching this,
Piloting with the best ever since. And this here ship's my baby.
that
The guillotine.
it spooked me.
No one can handle her like
And I don't know. I've hit a wall. I've hit a wall, and it's good. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, what time is it? 6:37 a.m. I took a nap, and then I woke up. I was already planning on making this video, but then I took a nap. I fell asleep.
Not after this.
But I had to make this video. I had to. I mean, I kind of wanted to go out like a boss and just abruptly stop making YouTube videos and be a mystery, and people wonder what happened to me.
maybe they'll pay us half our fee?
Kind of like Violet ASMR. I don't think that's her correct name. Vendi Vidi Vulpus. She's one of the original ASMR artists. Vendi Vidi Vulpus. She just stopped. She was getting great views. I mean, this is before you could get monetized on YouTube. Actually, I think you could get monetized on YouTube back then, but it was before ASMR was really like a big money maker for people. Because ASMR was just kind of, no one really knew about it yet. Okay, we're getting into upgrades and stuff. I'm gonna go to another game. This is the PS5 version of Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption was the first game I ever bought for the PS3. My first foray into online gaming, where I could go in a little headset, control people, say stupid shit. My first glimpse into the next generation. Not a whole lot's changed between PS3, PS4, and PS5. 'Cause I've been playing a lot of PS3 lately because I have it set up in my room, and I don't know. There used to be such a great leap from each generation. It was like, think of like Atari to Coleco to NES to Super NES to N64 to GameCube, and PS2 and Xbox, and then PS3. Those are all major upgrades that completely rechanged everything about gaming. But then PS4 came out and was like, okay, this is really not much better than PS3. And then PS5 came out and was like, okay, this is just a PS4 Pro. Pretty much. But I would say that the PS4 to the PS5, I never owned a PS4 Pro though, so I don't know if I can say this. But the PS4 to the PS5 was a bigger jump from PS3 to the PS4. With the no loading times and the 4K. I know PS4 Pro had 4K, but it was probably fake 4K. And then the HDR, and I guess apparently PS4, just the baseline model, I have it hooked up in my room. It has HDR, 1080p HDR, but it has HDR, which is, I guess it was a patch that they put in HDR. So was my TV in there. It didn't even come with HDR. So it's probably both the PS4 and the PS and my Sony TV are probably fake HDR. But it looks good. Unfortunately, my PS4 disk drive sucked up my Nirvana CD. I had to take off the cover of the PS4, and there's a little screw in the grill of it. They just screw and screw and screw and screw and screw until finally it'll force out the disc. So I got it out of there, and it was a little bit scratched up too, but I don't know if it was scratched up because I didn't take care of my DVDs when I bought that, or if the PS4 scratched it up. Well, I'm not putting another disc in that PS4. And that's no loss because I can play every PS4 game on my PS5. Even PSVR. In my next video I'm planning, I guess I'll be playing with the $30 PlayStation aim controller, and I have Doom, the 2016 Doom VR version on my hard drive. I bought the digital version probably for like $2.99 or something. So I have a lot of physical PSVR games too, but I have the adapter. I can play it here in my living room on my PS5.
It's so confusing, Father.
As long as I got
I find it impossible to make the distinction between a love
my PS4 working
seem to be the same thing.
with PT on it, I don't give a shit about the disc drive. It's just a Blu-ray player, and I got my PS3 hooked up in my room, and watch my Blu-rays, my 3D Blu-rays on that. The PS4 plays 3D Blu-rays too. Most people don't know that. But I got 3D Blu-ray and Blu-ray on my PS3, so it's no skin off my teeth to play. Well, this looks incredible. And they added a little weight to his running. I mean, it still doesn't feel as weighty as Red Dead Redemption 2, but the running on the PS3 version of Red Dead Redemption, it almost feels like PS2 Grand Theft Auto running. Like, it has no weight to it. It's just too light on your feet, and it really shows its age. But they did something to this to make it better. Well, I might actually have to play this. I love this game. I didn't finish it. I finished Red Dead Redemption 2, but I kind of cheated. There's an infinite gold glitch. Maybe I'll leave it. I made a video on how to do it. Maybe I'll leave a link to the Red Dead Redemption 2 infinite gold glitch. So I just basically upgraded all my weapons and just burned through Red Dead Redemption 2. I just slaughtered that game. Which felt nice, because I don't like a game expecting me to put too much time into grinding. I hate grinding. It expects you to like chop wood and shit to progress in the game. And so the infinite gold glitch. Yeah, this looks gorgeous. Let's see what kind of stats we're getting on it. Oh yeah, I have it plugged into my capture card, so I'm only getting 1080p 60, so. But it looks even better in 4K 60. I guess this is out on the Switch too, but there's no way it looks good on the Switch.
That's right.
Ain't taken nobody up to the fort in a long time. Strange place for a decent fella to want to visit, if you don't mind me saying.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. What kinds of soldiers around back then?
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians.
I think that's the same voice as Michael from Grand Theft Auto 5.
You know how things is. So what are you doing up at the fort?
I'm looking for an old friend.
Well, like I said, you ain't gonna find many folk around those parts these days. Those you do find are about as sociable as most rated back to you.
I guess Red Dead Redemption 2 remastered for the PS5 is coming out before Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but
I doubt it. I ain't planning on
someone's already played through Grand Theft Auto 6 in its current form and then reviewed it. It might be a terminally ill person, because they let a terminally ill person play it,
I'm a married man.
but they only gave it a 73%, which it's kind of distressing. But
Yeah.
I mean, I want to give it a 73% just because it's taken so long. And they fired people for unionizing and hired a bunch of scabs to finish it. That's the reason of the latest delay in it. It's because like most of the staff that have been working for Rockstar for years. Were sick of the working conditions and
You ain't very talkative, are you?
tried to unionize, and they were fired immediately.
That's how I am.
Like 40 people or something like that.
Trust me, there's things you better off not knowing.
That's the thing about the industry, as they call it. I hear people say all the time, I work in the industry.
That's because I ain't.
If I'm being honest, I don't care.
And I guess the industry means the entertainment industry, which includes video games, music, and film and television.
More of a town with delusions, but no, me neither.
Damn
I hate the industry.
good meat.
It's the most exploitative
When you get to the top of this hill.
industry since factory working in the Victorian era. Well, I guess nowadays it's all
Listen, mister.
outsourced to sweatshops overseas, the kind of stuff that would
Some gang rolled in and took the place over.
be made in Victorian England. And
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
late 19th century America. Guess we've attempted to change the labor laws here and compartmentalize in our minds that basically everything we own is made by slaves. But slavery is alive and well in the industry, even in the developed Western world. You really can't make it in the industry
Bill Williamson.
unless you pay your dues as a slave,
Don't make me kill you.
unpaid intern.
Kill anyone, Bill.
And then if you get a job, if you make any fuss whatsoever, try to take up for yourself, you'll be labeled a trouble, a problem.
You were as my brother.
Never get a job again. You'll never work in this town again if you take up for yourself and try to be treated like a human being. Overwork for hours,
Bill, please.
child labor.
I can help you.
Vic Morrow getting his head chopped off with 2 Vietnamese children during the filming of Twilight Zone, the movie.
Bill.
Absolutely corrupt. And I wanted to be an actor and I wanted to be a musician.
You implore me.
But I'm definitely not willing to play that game. Fuck you, industry.
Things are different now, John. Now
Fuck the
I'm in
industry.
charge. No more Dutch. And no more you. Implores. I implores you.
I mean, you
to go back
if you want to make video games
to send someone just
in the
a little
United
bit
States,
more impressive.
I know someone in the industry.
Well,
If you're a 3D animator, you're not gonna be working on games like this because these games are made by slaves as well. If you're a 3D animator and you want to work in the United States, you're going to be making simulations for the military, because that's the only video games that can't be outsourced to other countries due to security clearance concerns. So if you're thinking about going to school for 3D animation, be prepared to work for the military. Or something like Lockheed Martin, who are contracted out by the military. If you want to be a 3D artist in the United States, you're going to be working for the military. Just to let you know. An insider in the industry.
Well, you're alive.
I know some people in the film industry as well,
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use.
and there's
I was doing something
some of the
stupid.
smartest people I know,
You'll be okay.
most
Once you get
educated
inside, the
people I
doctor said
know,
you'll be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us
and they are
15.
so overworked,
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me
and they get
behind.
fucked over so hard.
I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked
Both
the
the people I know,
bandit in the county to die?
they made TV shows
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
for HBO Max and HBO,
Miss Bonnie McFarlane.
and they were taken off of HBO
I don't know.
for
So what were you doing?
Warner Brothers to make a tax write-off
You
and
knew
not pay
him?
residuals,
Long time.
so their work that they pour their hearts into will never be seen by another human being again. Because there's no physical media, it's all streaming.
I have.
It's owned by HBO. HBO took it off the air,
And,
so they won't have to pay residuals, so no one will ever see it again.
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind.
Vaporware.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite
Vaporware.
heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run.
What a
Of course,
scam.
If you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later and help me patrol the perimeter? You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Every job's a scam.
Thank you for saving my life. I mean,
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite.
I was watching all these people talking about how
I'll bear that.
DoorDash drivers are being ripped off with all these. Well, there goes my power. Yeah, my power went out. These damn heaters. Can't play video games and have heaters on full blast at the same time. I played this game on my Switch demo video that I'm never going to publish. So I guess it was a cool game. So I guess I'll play it on PS5 instead. Pretty cool game. I mean, it's not as good as Terminator, because Terminator is less complicated. It's just a straight up run and gun, and this is like half run and gun, half wild arms. But it's fun. It's just not as easy. But I think Terminator ripped this game off a little bit, because it has motorcycle parts that make you move lanes, and the blood looks like the Terminator blood. I started off this video about my cat being a rapist. He's raped me on camera during these playthroughs several times, but obviously he's doing his little ritual to rape me again. See, he gets in my space, he starts licking my face, and he establishes domination. Once he's established the domination, he kind of takes his time. He likes the element of surprise. He could do this little charade of licking my face and pinning me down and bothering me and annoying me for 5 minutes to 45 minutes to an hour. But eventually it's gonna end with him raping me. And I use the word rape because he bites down on my hand and It's violent. And I don't consent. Anything without consent is rape, but we're talking about the hard rape. When you're talking about the hard R, there's violence involved, and but all sex with cats is rape. It's traumatic insemination. The male cat's penis has barbs on it, and it locks into the female cat's vagina, and the pain is part of the insemination. The insemination won't happen unless there is a like a muscular reaction to the pain. I often wonder if sex between humans is traumatic insemination as well. Or maybe that's just a sign of the times. With all the 50 Shades of Grey bullshit and stuff like that. I don't know if it's a nature or nurture thing. But it's definitely disgusting. Yeah, I've been a fan of Howard Stern. Oh, the controls are better on this. All you gotta do is press one button to do the wild arm shooting on this one. You gotta hold the R1 button and press another button to shoot, which is not the normal shooting button. Yeah, this is definitely better on PS5. Yeah, I've listened to Howard Stern. I probably started watching it on E, probably 6th or 7th grade. And you could say like these commentaries I do, video game commentaries, are almost kind of like a talk show, like a talk radio, freeform, stream of consciousness type thing where I just say what's on my mind. But I've just listened to so much Howard Stern that I just say too many inappropriate sexual things, and it works for Howard Stern because that's kind of his shtick. That's what put him on the map. And he's evolved. He used to exploit women, but now he which was shocking in the 90s, but now it's just so commonplace that it's not innovative anymore. Now the show's gotten a lot more gay. There's a lot more male nudity, and he exploits men a lot more. He's a constantly evolving artist. And if you're gonna be a shock artist, if you're gonna be a shock jock, you better be fucking good at it, or it's just gonna come off as offensive. And that's the thing is, I'm not a professional. I'm not Howard Stern. But I watch or I listen to a lot of Howard Stern. I feel like Robin, Fred, Howard Stern, Jackie, Artie, Casey, Baba Booey, all the people of the history of Howard Stern who have left or are still with the show. They're like a part of my family. And I'm a pretty lonely person. So I still listen to it, and I personally am not easily offended. I like offensive things. I like things that push the envelope. To the point where I try to do it myself, or I was trying to do it myself, but I can't do it. That's not my forte. That's not my art. So that era, of my YouTube channel is over. I finally had enough of myself, and I apologize to anyone who was I don't know if I'll apologize if anyone's was offended, but if I made anyone feel unsafe, I apologize for that, because that's a whole different thing. Being mentally ill, people assume I'm some kind of psycho killer anyway. So I have to be extra careful on the things I say, because people will actually take it seriously and actually be afraid of me. But I wouldn't harm a fly, but you use words as weapons also. I mean, they say sticks and stones can break my bones or whatever, but words can do a lot of damage. Internet trolling can do a lot of damage. My friend Jason commented on my Facebook the other day that a picture of me, I looked like a mix between, or I look like Richard Simmons fucks Jerry Garcia. I don't know, he was just trying to be funny, because that's what people try to be on the internet, funny and clever. I'm not gonna say it didn't hurt a little bit, it didn't sting a little bit. But this guy Jason's a fucking meth head, and he looks like shit, so it didn't hurt as much if it would have come from like a physically desirable person. I mean, I took it in stride, and I didn't try to come back with anything, because he would be so easy to insult his physical appearance that it's just like absolutely low-hanging fruit. You know what? This looks better on the Switch. Maybe not if I was actually playing it in 4K into my good HDMI, not through the capture card. That can be very deceptive. But from the capture card beamed to my TV, this looks better on the Switch. But as you can see, this is a pretty cool game. See, change lanes. That's straight out of Terminator, and Terminator was the only game before this that I had seen that had that before, where you change lanes and avoid obstacles like that. So Terminator ripped us off. Terminator kind of ripped this entire game off. I'm starting to think now. But Justin Silverman, the current owner of Retroware Games, is a fucking shyster. A shyster. Is that not a politically correct word? Is there some kind of racist connotation to that word? I scratched that. I didn't say shyster. He's a fucking shady ass businessman. Retroware isn't Retroware. Retroware was a group of AVGN copycats popular in the early 2010s, owned by this guy Lance and another guy. Just a way to get all the AVGN copycats all together into one group, kind of like the guy with the glasses. The retroware as we know it today is Screenwave Media. They probably changed the name to retroware because Screenwave Media had such a bad reputation. It's known as kind of the company that ruined the AVGN. I don't think it ruined the AVGN. I think the AVGN is still good and it never stopped being good. But Screenwave Media is sketchy as fuck, so I'm sure this was developed by some kind of independent game company and then distributed and published by retroware. So I mean, I feel bad for the creators of this game to have to suffer from being ripped off by the Terminator game. But as far as Screenwave Media goes, aka Retroware TV, or Retroware, it's not Retroware TV anymore, it's just Retroware. That's just karma. That's their own bad karma. Because they're just a fucking scam artist company. That guy Justin Silverman's a fucking scam artist. That's okay. If I die again before I beat this guy, I'm gonna move on to the next game. That'll be my last game. Another demo I played on the Switch 2 demo video that will never be published. New Capcom game. That's not Resident Evil. With the little blonde girl riding on the back of the giant robot. I can't even think of the name of it right now. I just downloaded the demo, but I already forgot the name of it. But it's a good game, and I can't wait to see how much better it looks on the PlayStation 5 than the Switch 2. Oh, sorry, Miss Kitty. Pragmata Sketchbook. What a weird name for a game. Pragmata Sketchbook. It's a good game, though, from my experience playing it on the Switch 2. It's a Resident Evil engine. We'll prioritize frame rate because the resolution is going to be 1080p regardless. It keeps making me tell my age. I don't like that. I don't like being reminded that I'm 41 years old. It's disgusting. I hate the way I look. I hate that I'm older. Looked at myself in the mirror and I said to myself, Bleachy, you a mess. Yeah, the hair already looks better on the PS5. That's the biggest thing I've noticed about the difference between Switch 2 and PS5 new Capcom games. The hair looks like shit on Switch 2. They can't get the hair down good on the Switch 2. And this is prioritizing frame rate. Who knows how good the hair would look on prioritizing resolution. Oh yeah, this is night and day in the Switch 2 version. I mean, don't get me wrong, it still has very impressive graphics on the Switch 2 version, but this is obviously so much better than how the Switch 2 version looks. And no, I will have no qualms. I will not second guess myself in any way. Publishing or purchasing the Switch 2 or PlayStation 5 version as opposed to the Switch 2 version of the new Resident Evil. The only things I like better about the Switch 2 is that it's new, of course, and the Switch 2 controller is so much better than the PS5 controller. But that's only like really noticeable in certain games. I mean, Terminator is the most obvious example of that. Terminator plays so much better on the Switch than it does on the PS5 because of the controller. But that last game I played, Neon Inferno, I actually prefer the PlayStation controller to the Switch 2 controller because the controls are better. The way they're mapped out and the way they work. So don't get me wrong, I mean, the haptic feedback and the adaptive triggers and everything on the PlayStation 5, that was the original wow factor of the PlayStation 5, where I really felt that it was next generation, like playing the Astro game that came free with it. It's like, wow, I feel like I can feel the little robot ice skating. It feels like, how can you make it feel like ice skating on a controller? But they do. I like the PS5 controller, but the Switch 2 controller, it just feels like it's part of you. PlayStation 5 controller feels a little bit like I don't know, I guess I said before, like a Gibson SG. You're playing a Fender, it just, the neck's small, the action's low, you can slide up and down really easy. It just feels better in your hands. And then you got the SG. And I mean, a lot of truly accomplished guitar players can handle the SG. And it can make some great music and some great sounds. But I've always personally felt with an SG that it's like the neck's a little too big, and it's hefty, it's weighty, it's hard to handle. And that's kind of what the PS5 controller feels like. It's hefty, weighty, hard to handle, and it feels like my hands aren't big enough for it. But certain games it works. And I think Resident Evil will be just fine on the PS5. I beat the only Resident Evil I've ever beaten is Resident Evil 4 Remake. And that was on the PS5, so. And that's what the new Resident Evil kind of feels like, at least the Leon parts. It feels like it's going to be like Resident Evil 4. So that was a great decision on their part, I think. I'm not quite sold on the parts of the new lady character. It seems more stealth based and stuff like that, but the Leon parts seem like great action. It's like a great action game. And like I said, so much blood. So much blood. It's just fucking crazy. Look up some footage of the hospital scene where he's in the hospital, like, and he has a chainsaw and an axe and he's killing all the zombies. Blood on the walls, blood on the floor, blood everywhere. Everywhere. It's so much blood.
Emergency lockdown of this area has been disabled.
I mean,
To restore full functionality, please reboot the main power
there's
terminal on the top.
There we go. First one down.
I can never like have enough blood, so it's not too much blood. No such thing as too much blood in a video game for me. Well, maybe when they have the blood splash onto the screen, I think that's kind of annoying because it gets in the way of the gameplay. But as far as blood, like, that doesn't splash onto the screen, I just love blood. And it's gonna be fun. I wish they released a demo of that. I mean, this game's cool and everything, but I mean, it doesn't have any blood. You're shooting robots. And I already spent like over 70 hours in the past year playing a game with a little girl riding on the back of a behemoth. Donkey Kong Bonanza. So I've had my fill of playing as a little girl riding on the back of a behemoth for the year. I can't believe they actually made another game with a little girl riding on a behemoth. But this isn't anything like Donkey Kong. Yeah, I won't be buying this game, but the demo's fun. I feel like this is like a brand new demo. I feel like this just came out, so. But not really my style of game. I'd rather play as a little girl riding on the back of a behemoth where you can basically smash and destroy everything in sight. And that's Donkey Kong Bonanza, which was my game of the year until I played Terminator. Terminator is my game of the year.
Guess that's that. So where's
Terminator is going to be one of my favorite games ever made for the rest of my life. It's no flavor of the month. I can tell you that much.
Emergency lockdown of this area has been
But
disabled.
That's two.
Terminator 2 is arguably my favorite movie of all time, so.
This will make it easier to hit things harder.
Yeah, this uses the speaker on the controller. The haptic feedback is better. It has adaptive triggers. Just better. And for AAA games, you got to go with a state-of-the-art system that prioritizes graphics for these AAA titles. I mean, for people who use their Switch 2 as a portable, I can see them wanting games like this on the go, and it being very impressive. They can pull off a game like this on the go. But they're just pulling it off. You aren't seeing it in its state-of-the-art form. So, but I'm getting real tired. And I can tell you, someone who played this demo yesterday, all you do is shoot robots. So you've seen enough to know what this game's all about. So this has been Debbie Downer, crying like a baby, self-loathing, self-deprecating. Have a good one. Bye-bye.